Hello everyone and welcome back to Life Transformation UK, or if you are here for the first time, welcome to Life Transformation UK. My name is Ben, and in this video today I want to talk about what to do when you feel hopeless, because there are times in life when you really do feel that there is just no hope and you don't know what to do and you don't know what's going to come next. And I have watched a lot of videos and read a lot of articles and heard a lot of people speak on what to do when you do feel hopeless. And I feel like a lot of it just usually comes down to someone saying, it's fine, things are going to get better. You just have to look on the bright side of life and things like that. And I feel like that really does a massive disservice to people who are frustrated and maybe even desperate for things to change. So in this video, rather than giving you just a generic talk about how life gets better over time, I want to share with you a few things that I did so that I could take back control in my life and stop feeling so hopeless. So if you are ready to learn exactly what I did to overcome those feelings of hopelessness, then make sure that you watch this video all the way to the end to get the maximum benefit from it. If you do find this video useful, make sure to leave a like on the video because it really helps to boost the video in the YouTube algorithm, which means it can reach more people and help them too. And of course, if you are new to Life Transformation UK, make sure that you do smash the subscribe button down below so that you can get more content like this on a regular basis. I put out 3 videos every single week, all about helping you to achieve your freedom through confidence so that you can live the life of your dreams. So a lot of the time, the feeling of hopelessness, that there is just no hope, that there's nothing that you can do to change things, it can be caused by a lot of things. And in my case, it was caused by the fact that I was slowly moving into a state of depression. I'd suffered with anxiety for most of my life, and now things were really starting to compound and get worse, and it really started to hit its peak of hopelessness when I was in university, so when I was about 18, 19 years old. And I'm sure you can relate to the many sleepless nights that I had, where I would just spend hours thinking about how kind of awful everything is and how bad I was feeling and how I didn't feel like there was any way to escape from it. But worse than that for me, because I had some other emotional issues alongside it, which would be probably not too constructive to discuss in this video. I can save it for another time, but for me, I really felt like I deserved the pain that I had. So no matter how hopeless I was getting, there was a part of me that genuinely believed that this is how things were meant to be, that I deserved what was happening to me because whatever reason. But if you are kind of familiar with my story on this channel, I've shared it a few times. In a kind of a moment of desperation and clarity, I started to just Google what I thought was wrong with me, and really started to explore whether or not there was an opportunity for me to change and for me to improve my life. And that was how I got to where I am today, which is far beyond what I thought I could do when I was in this state of hopelessness, when I thought that there was nothing that would come of my life, that there was nothing that I could do to really do anything positive. So ultimately there were a lot of things that I did that helped me out of that state of hopelessness, but in this video I just want to share 4 of them, ones that I feel really had a massive impact on my life. Not so that you just have to go and do all of these things, but so that you can understand that even just taking one step in the right direction can massively change everything. And as I said, there are many ways to get out of that state of hopelessness, because whilst it might feel like you are just stuck in a massively deep hole, there is a way out of it. So these are 4 of the things that I did to get myself out of that hole of hopelessness. Okay, so number 1 is that I fell back on my personal support network, and I believe that everyone either has or has the ability to develop a support network, and these are the people in your life who will be there for you no matter what, or these are the people who genuinely want to help you, and they can be anyone. They can be friends, they can be family, brothers, sisters, distant relatives, people from work, your manager. It doesn't matter who it is, but for everyone, you either have or can develop a support network, and what that support network is going to do is they're going to help you to process what's going on in your emotional life. And for me, that was my friends and my family. And what they really did was they didn't try to fix what was going on with me, because ultimately they didn't really know, and nobody can really know or understand what is going on inside of your mind. But what they did do is that they were a source of support. So when I needed someone to talk to, or I needed to kind of vent emotionally, that they were there to do that for me. So that was the first thing that I did, and it really, really helped. If you want to know how to create your own support network, if you feel like you don't have one already, make sure that you check out my video on how to create a support network. I'll link it in the description below. I'll have it pop up in the banner above my head now as well. Make sure that you give that a watch, and I believe it will really help you to start to develop your own support network as well. Now, the next thing that I did, and this was one of the things that I kind of stumbled upon. I didn't actively go out searching for this, but it just kind of happened for me anyway. I found people that were doing what I wanted to do in life, and I proved to myself that it was possible for someone like me to get to the level of where I wanted. So, for example, I wanted to kind of go my own way in life and create a business so that I could do what I want and kind of do what I love and help people. I wanted to create a business that could kind of fund the lifestyle that I wanted, but where I was when I was 18 or 19, so I didn't believe that that was possible. I didn't think that that was possible at all. And then I kind of stumbled upon people who had done the things that I'd wanted to, that had come from either a similar background to me or who had come from an even worse background than me. And by looking at these people and kind of watching their life story and how they did it, I was able to start to first of all prove that to myself that if they can do it, then I can do it as well. And that really started to bring back some hope into my life. It started off as kind of a very, very small flame. Then the more people that I discovered who had kind of taken control of their lives and done the things that they had wanted, the more hope I was able to create within myself that I could do those things as well. And if you want a prime example of this, you can check out my video on Stephen James, the guy that runs Project Life Mastery. He's a massive inspiration of mine. I'll link to that video where I talk about how he changed my life. I'll link that in the description. I'll have it pop up in the banner above my head right now as well. But that was one of the major things that I did that really started to bring a sense of hope back into my life in a major way. Now let's move into number 3. Ultimately, one of the things that had led to my feeling of hopelessness was that every time I tried to do something big, or I tried to take some kind of massive action to change my life in some kind of way, it always kind of ultimately failed. And every time that happened, I just felt worse and worse, because it was kind of solidifying in me that there was nothing that I could do. But what really started to make the massive difference in my life actually wasn't taking massive action, as is suggested in a lot of the kind of typical self-help books. Instead, what I started to do was I started to take small steps. And that very much is the key to kind of how I've gotten to where I am now in my own self-improvement, in my own life. It is very much the foundation for my coaching program, my coaching business, kind of taking small steps over time, building up momentum, and that is going to lead you to your big results over time. Now, the thing with taking small steps is when you do take a big step and you fail, you feel like a failure. But with small steps, these are really, really easy wins. And the first easy win doesn't really feel like a lot. But once you start to kind of pack more and more easy wins on top of each other, they start to compound. And all of those small, easy wins eventually move on to become big wins in life. And what you're really doing, kind of, you're planting a seed of hope, and then another seed and another seed and another seed. And eventually you have created this kind of magnificent garden of hope in your mind from taking these small action steps day after day after day, compounding them, building that momentum, and before you know it, you're well on your way to creating the life that you want. So I hope that wasn't too weird of a metaphor, the whole Garden of Hope thing, but that was just what came to mind as I was speaking, so I hope that was useful. Let's move into the fourth thing that I did, and this was one of the things that had a huge impact in my life. And if you are going to do any one thing from this video, I would recommend this one the most, and that is that I went and I got help. Now, this isn't the same as my support network. What I mean is that I went out and I sought professional help to assist me with what I was going through. I went and I hired a counselor, and we worked together for about 18 months to figure out what was at the root of a lot of my problems and figure out the right coping mechanisms of how I could get through them. And that really had a huge impact in my life. And over the course of the last few years, I have had sessions with coaches and other kind of self-improvement practitioners that have really, really helped me to move forward in my life. But getting help was one of the best things that I could have done, and I let my pride stand in the way of that for a very, very long time. And then I let my fear of the unknown hold me back for even longer. But once I committed to letting other people help me, then my self-improvement and the changes in my life started coming that much faster. And again, this is another video that I made not too long ago, how to let other people help you, because it is essential. One of the kind of misconceptions about self-help as a whole is that you can do it all on your own, and maybe you can, but it will take a very, very long time, and there will be a lot of pain and failure involved. But if you get somebody to help you, then you are going to achieve the results that you want that much faster. That much I can guarantee. So I highly recommend that you go out and try and find somebody that will help you, whether that is a counselor or a therapist or whoever it is, and then later on coaches and other self-improvement practitioners. But getting help was one of the biggest things that I did that really changed my life. And that's it. Those are 4 of the biggest steps that I took to help myself when I was feeling hopeless. And I really hope that this is going to have a positive impact in your life as well. If you have any questions, you have any thoughts, leave them in the comment section below. I'll do my best to get back to you and help you with those as soon as I possibly can. If you have enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like on it, and make sure that you do subscribe for more content like this on a regular basis. As I said earlier, I put out 3 videos every week on self-esteem, self-confidence, self-improvement, all geared towards helping you achieve your freedom through confidence so that you can achieve the life of your dreams. So once again, thank you very much for making it all the way to the end of this video. I do hope that it has been useful and impactful, and I look forward to seeing you in future videos on Life Transformation UK very soon.